Captain Morgan Mo Callahan was lounging on a beach chair in Maui when her neural implant buzzed. The sound might as well have been a funeral dirge. "Ignore," she muttered, adjusting her sunglasses. The ocean waves crashed against pristine sand as she tried to focus on the pina colada sweating in her hand, her first drink in 6 months. The implant buzzed again, this time with an emergency override that flashed red across her vision. For the love of Mo sat up, spilling her drink, "Accept call." General Davis's craggy face materialized in her mind's eye. "Callahan. Vacation's over." "With all due respect, sir, my vacation hasn't even started. I just sat down. The little umbrella in my drink still has that plastic wrapper on it." "The Vraxians have made another move. We need you back at HQ." Mo sighed, the sigh of someone who had expected disappointment but had foolishly allowed hope to flourish anyway. "Remind me again why Earth joined the Galactic Commonwealth if I still can't get a single day off." "Because without the Commonwealth's tech, we'd all be speaking Zarlaxian and mining helium-3 for our squid overlords." The general's image frowned. "Shuttle's already on its way. ETA 10 minutes. 20 years in Earth's special tactical operations. And what do I get?" Mo muttered as the call disconnected. "Not even enough time to finish a damn coconut drink." She glanced forlornly at the beach. 3 months of approved leave, canceled in less than 3 minutes. The story of her life since first contact 15 years ago. Earth had stumbled into galactic society like a drunk uncle at a wedding, loud, disruptive, and somehow charming enough not to get kicked out. As humanity's resident problem solver, Mo had spent the better part of a decade proving that humans weren't just the backward primates most alien species assumed. Her methods weren't exactly aligned with diplomatic protocol, but they got results. The Commonwealth had officially classified humans as dangerously unpredictable, but occasionally useful, which Mo took as a compliment. The shuttle arrived with irritating punctuality, hovering above the beach and drawing annoyed stares from tourists who thought it was part of an overzealous marketing stunt. Mo grabbed her go-bag she'd never fully unpacked, experience having taught her that hope was the first step toward disappointment, and trudged across the sand. "Captain Callahan." The pilot greeted her with the excessive formality of someone who had heard stories. "An honor to escort you." "Save it, kid. Just tell me we have coffee on board." She climbed in, still wearing her floral shirt and board shorts. If the military wanted her on duty, they'd have to take her as she was. The shuttle broke atmosphere in minutes, connecting with the orbital platform where Earth's military maintained its extraterrestrial headquarters. Mo stared out at the blue marble of Earth growing smaller behind them. "You know what the problem is with aliens?" she asked the nervous pilot, who clearly hadn't expected conversation. No, ma'am." "They think too much. Every species we've met has been planning and plotting for centuries, millennia even. They see 5 steps ahead, 15 contingencies deep. And then they meet humans." The pilot swallowed. "And humans are different?" Mo grinned, a sharp expression that had made more than one alien diplomat reconsider their career choices. "Humans barely know what they're having for lunch, let alone their 5-year plan. Makes us terrifying to the rest of the galaxy." As the shuttle docked, Mo caught a glimpse of the Commonwealth ships in orbit, sleek, ecological designs built by civilizations that had mastered interstellar travel when humans were still figuring out the wheel. And there, among them, Earth's vessels, patchwork, over-engineered monstrosities that screamed function over form, retrofitted with alien tech we barely understood. Just like Mo herself, Earth's most effective weapon, dressed in a Hawaiian shirt, hungover before she'd even had the chance to get properly drunk, about to save the world. Again. HQ's briefing room hadn't changed, same sterile walls, same uncomfortable chairs designed by someone who'd clearly never sat in one, and same grim-faced officers pretending the fate of humanity rested on proper protocol. The only addition was a tall, purple-skinned alien standing awkwardly by the hull. "Captain Callahan." General Davis nodded, as if he hadn't just ruined her first vacation in years. "Glad you could join us." "Didn't realize I had a choice, sir." Mo dropped into a chair, propping her bare feet on the table. The assembled officers winced collectively. The alien's eyes widened to dinner plate proportions. "This is Lieutenant Krill of the Commonwealth Diplomatic Corps," Davis continued, ignoring her insubordination with practiced ease. "He'll be your liaison for this mission." Krill stepped forward, four-fingered hand extended in the human greeting he'd obviously practiced. "Captain Callahan, your heroics on Proxima Centauri are legendary. The way you negotiated with the Blacks on Hive Mind using only a candy bar and a sonic toothbrush, absolutely unprecedented." Mo shook his hand limply. "That wasn't negotiation. Their queen was allergic to caramel. And I needed the toothbrush back." Such modesty. Krill practically vibrated with excitement, just as the stories say. General Davis cleared his throat. "If we could focus on the current situation. The Vraxians. 8-limbed semi-aquatic sentients, reclusive, technologically advanced, joined the Commonwealth 3 centuries ago," Mo recited. "I did read the briefing packet on the way here. Light reading helps with the nausea when breaking atmosphere." Davis raised an eyebrow. "Then you know they've been systematically stealing Earth artifacts." "Define artifacts," Mo said, frowning. "Because if aliens are stealing our garbage again, I'm going to need more than 10 minutes to pack." "Not garbage." Davis activated the holodeable, displaying images of missing items, art, technology, historical documents. And most recently he paused for effect, the original formula for Coca-Cola. Mo blinked. "You're joking." "The physical copy from the company vault. It's considered one of Earth's most valuable trade secrets. So a soda recipe is why I'm not face down on a beach right now." Davis leaned forward. "The Vraxians have refused all diplomatic contact. 3 Commonwealth envoys returned without memories of their visits. We need someone." "Expendable?" Mo suggested. "Resourceful," Davis corrected. "Someone who can adapt to unexpected situations." Krill nodded enthusiastically. "The Commonwealth believes humans possess a unique cognitive flexibility. Your species sees patterns others miss, makes intuitive leaps that defy logic." "We call that winging it," Mo muttered. Davis continued, "You'll infiltrate their research vessel currently orbiting Jupiter's moon Europa. Find the formula, retrieve it, and if possible establish why they're collecting these items." "And if diplomacy fails?" Mo asked, already knowing the answer. Davis's expression hardened. "Then you do what you do best. Make a mess. Find a solution nobody else considered." Krill stepped forward. "I've studied all your mission logs, Captain. Your approach on Gamma Valorum, where you—" "Those records are classified," Mo interrupted. "Oh, they're quite popular in Commonwealth training modules," Krill said cheerfully. "Required viewing for all diplomats handling human affairs." Mo turned to Davis. "You've been sharing my mission footage?" "Cultural exchange," Davis said without a hint of apology. "Your unorthodox methods have become something of a teaching tool." "Great." She was a galactic cautionary tale. "The shuttle leaves in 30 minutes, Davis concluded. "Krill has authorization to access Commonwealth channels should negotiations become necessary." "They won't," Mo said, standing. "They never do." As they exited the briefing room, Krill followed Mo like an eager puppy. "Is it true you once held off a Centauri death squad armed only with a breakfast pastry?" "It was a bagel," Mo corrected. "And it wasn't armed." The truth was simpler and more ridiculous than the legends. Humans didn't win through superior planning or technology. They won because the galaxy had been peaceful too long. Species that had evolved beyond violence centuries ago had no idea what to do with creatures who solved problems by hitting them really hard. Mo headed toward the armory. If she was going to face an advanced alien species over a soft drink recipe, she'd need more than a bagel this time. The Vraxian research vessel hung in Europa's orbit like a massive nautilus, all spirals and chambers without a straight line in sight. Mo stared at it through the Commonwealth shuttle's viewport, mentally calculating infiltration points while Krill recited facts about Vraxian culture. "Hey, and their society prizes sequential thinking above all else. Every conversation follows strict protocols. Every greeting requires 16 distinct movements performed in perfect order. 16? Mo raised an eyebrow. What happens if you mess up step 9? Oh, that would be catastrophically rude. Krill's purple skin flushed a deeper violet. Traditionally, the offended Vraxian would challenge you to ritual combat, though that hasn't been practiced in centuries. What about blowing up part of their ship? Where does that fall on the rudeness scale? Krill blinked all 4 of his eyes in rapid succession. That isn't covered in the diplomatic handbook. Give it time, Mo muttered, checking her equipment. It will be. Their shuttle approached the Vraxian vessel's loading bay, transmitting Commonwealth diplomatic codes. To Mo's surprise, they received immediate clearance to dock. That's a good sign, Krill said brightly. No, it's not, Mo frowned. It's suspicious. Why allow visitors when they've been dodging Commonwealth envoys for months? The shuttle docked with a gentle thud. Mo adjusted her standard-issue Commonwealth envoy uniform, a concession she'd made after Davis pointed out that beach attire wasn't appropriate for interstellar diplomacy. Remember, Krill whispered as the airlock cycled, greet them with your left hand open, right hand closed, eyes downcast, then. The airlock opened to reveal an empty reception chamber. Or nobody will meet us at all, Krill finished, confusion evident in his voice. Mo stepped into the Vraxian ship, immediately noting the humid atmosphere and slightly higher gravity. The walls pulsed with bioluminescent patterns that made her eyes water. Is this normal? She asked, scanning for security measures. Not at all, Krill admitted. Vraxian protocol dictates a 7-member welcoming party for all diplomatic vessels. So they're either setting a trap or really bad at hospitality. Mo unholstered her sidearm, a modified Commonwealth pulse disruptor that technically wasn't lethal but would give anyone on the receiving end the worst migraine of their life. They navigated through twisting corridors that seemed to shift and realign themselves. Mo's internal navigation, usually flawless, began to falter. They're changing the layout, she realized. The ship is reconfiguring itself around us. Krill nodded nervously. Vraxian biotech. Their vessels are semi-sentient, designed to optimize for the occupants' needs. Or to trap unwanted visitors, Mo added. They turned a corner and finally encountered their hosts. 4 Vraxians stood in formation, their 8 limbs arranged in what Mo assumed was a formal stance. They resembled upright octopi with exoskeletons, their skin shifting colors like living mood rings. Krill immediately launched into the greeting ritual, his limbs contorting in ways that looked painful even to Mo. The lead Vraxian watched without responding, then emitted a series of clicks and whistles that Mo's translator rendered as, "The human specimen will accompany us for analysis." Specimen? Mo stepped forward. Let's get something straight. I'm not a specimen. I'm a Commonwealth representative here about some items you've borrowed without permission. The Vraxian skin flashed patterns of yellow and green. Human unpredictability. Fascinating. Most species require 12 conversational exchanges before asserting position. Mo smiled without warmth. Yeah, we're efficient like that. Now, about Coca-Cola. Subject mentions target acquisition. Another Vraxian noted. Predictive models suggested 87% probability of subterfuge. Subterfuge? Mo laughed. I'm literally telling you why I'm here. Krill looked horrified. Captain, please. The diplomatic. Look, Mo interrupted. We can do this the easy way. You return what you took, tell us why you took it, and we all go home happy. Or... The Vraxians moved with unexpected speed, tentacles extending toward them. Mo's combat reflexes kicked in. She fired 2 disruptor blasts, hitting the lead Vraxian mid-torso. It collapsed in a twitching heap. Or we do it my way, she finished. Alarms blared. The corridor's bioluminescence turned angry red. You shot a Vraxian elder. Krill shrieked. That's catastrophically rude. Mo suggested, grabbing his arm and pulling him toward what looked like a maintenance shaft. Come on. They scrambled through the ship's inner workings. Mo navigating by intuition while Krill provided panicked commentary on the multiple diplomatic incidents they were creating per minute. Behind them, Vraxian security forces mobilized with precise, methodical efficiency. They're so orderly, Mo noted as they ducked into what appeared to be a storage room. Even their pursuit is mathematically perfect. Of course it is. Vraxians find chaos physically painful. Krill hissed. Their entire society functions on predictability. Mo grinned, a sudden realization dawning. So what you're saying is, they're completely unprepared for someone who makes it up as they go? Krill's expression shifted from horror to reluctant understanding. This is why the Commonwealth finds humans simultaneously valuable and terrifying. I'll take that as a compliment, Mo said, pulling out her multi-tool. Now let's cause some creative disruption. 20 minutes and 3 impromptu explosions later, Mo and Krill huddled in what appeared to be a research lab. The ship's alarms had evolved from urgent blaring to a confused, intermittent warble that suggested the Vraxians' perfectly ordered response protocols were breaking down. You overloaded their waste reclamation system with cleaning fluid, Krill whispered, his purple complexion now ashen. That's not in any tactical manual I've studied. That's because nobody writes manuals about purposely clogging toilets, Mo replied, scanning the lab. Biological weapons are frowned upon in most civilized systems. That wasn't a biological weapon. That was a very bad smell that's distracting half their security force? Exactly. Mo moved toward a central console, where holographic displays showed rotating images of Earth artifacts. But she froze when she spotted the familiar red and white Coca-Cola logo projected above a sealed container. Next to it, rotated images of a Renaissance painting, an original Apollo mission patch, an ancient Japanese katana, and strangest of all, a rubber duck. What's with the random selection? Mo muttered. There's no pattern. Krill peered over her shoulder. Perhaps they're building a cultural archive? By stealing a soda formula and a bath toy? Mo shook her head, accessing the console. Her Commonwealth translator struggled with the Vraxian language, but she managed to pull up research notes. Wait, these aren't trophies. They're test subjects. Mo scrolled through the data. They're studying them, running simulations, analyzing. Analyzing what? Krill asked. Unpredictability factors, Mo read, surprised. They've been quantifying how often human-created objects behave in ways that defy expected parameters. She pulled up more files, struggling to make sense of the complex mathematical models. From what I can tell, they're comparing items from various Earth time periods, testing how they respond under different conditions. But why? Why? Mo found a video file and played it. The recording showed Vraxian scientists observing a rubber duck in a controlled chamber. They subjected it to various gravitational fields, temperatures, and radiation levels, meticulously documenting its responses. Then the duck squeaked a simple sound when compressed, and the researchers reacted with what appeared to be scientific excitement. They're studying the squeak, Mo realized. The unpredictable, chaotic acoustic response that changes slightly with each compression. More files revealed similar tests on other items, the variable fading patterns of Renaissance pigments, the inconsistent carbon dating results from Apollo materials exposed to lunar conditions, the unique crystallization patterns in a Coca-Cola when frozen and thawed. They're not studying the objects, Mo said slowly. They're studying randomness, chaos, the things humans incorporate into their design without even thinking about it. Krill's eyes widened. But why would an ordered species fixate on unpredictability? The answer came from behind them, where the lab door had silently opened to reveal an elder Vraxian flanked by security. Because chaos is the only weapon that works against the Narvox, the Vraxian said, its translator rendering the clicks and whistles into flat, emotionless standard. And you humans are the masters of chaos. Mo raised her disruptor, but didn't fire. The Narvox? Never heard of them. They exist beyond Commonwealth space, the Vraxian explained. A hive consciousness that assimilates all ordered thought. They predict, calculate, and absorb. They are coming. We have been preparing. By stealing our stuff? By studying the one species whose actions they cannot predict. The Vraxian's skin pulsed with complex patterns. You were not meant to discover our research. The Commonwealth would not understand. Mo lowered her weapon slightly. So this whole thing, the thefts, the security, the radio silence, it's all because you're preparing for a war? Preparation, the Vraxian corrected. The Narvoks do not war. They simply calculate and consume. Mo glanced at the Coca-Cola formula. And my soda recipe helps how, exactly? The formula contains precisely 57 points of unnecessary variation choices made not for function but for what you call taste. The Narvoks cannot process such arbitrary decision-making. Mo stared at the alien, then at Krill, who looked equally bewildered. Let me get this straight. You're telling me Earth's greatest defense against a galaxy-consuming hive mind is our collective poor planning and weird aesthetic choices? The Vraxian's skin flushed deep blue. You underestimate the power of true randomness, Captain Callahan. Your species embraces it instinctively. The rest of us can only study and attempt to replicate it. Mo suddenly understood with perfect clarity. She hadn't been sent here because of her combat skills or her retrieval record. She'd been set up by both Earth Command and the Commonwealth. General Davis knew, she said quietly. He knew what the Vraxians were doing. Krill's nervous fidgeting confirmed her suspicion. The Commonwealth Council thought, direct introduction might be more productive than continued observation. I'm not a diplomat, Mo said. I'm a demonstration. The most unpredictable human in Earth's military. The Vraxian agreed. Your service record defies all algorithmic prediction. Mo holstered her weapon, laughing despite herself. So I'm not here to retrieve anything. I'm the delivery. Before the Vraxian could respond, the ship shuddered violently, throwing them all off balance. Emergency lights pulsed in patterns even Mo recognized as bad news. We are under attack, the Vraxian elder announced with irritating calmness. Narvok's scout vessel. They have been tracking our research. Tracking your research on how to beat them? Mo asked incredulously. Seems like a design flaw in your security protocols. The Narvoks perceive all data transmissions, Krill explained, his professional demeanor returning now that they faced a common enemy. And their consciousness exists partially in subspace. The ship rocked again. Mo grabbed the console for support. So they know we're here? They know a human is here, the Vraxian corrected. You are now their primary acquisition target. Wonderful. Mo checked her disruptor charge, barely half power after her earlier escapades. What's the plan? The Vraxian security team looked at each other in what Mo recognized as confusion, regardless of species. We have defensive protocols, but the Narvoks will have calculated all standard responses. Of course they will. Mo rolled her eyes. What about non-standard responses? Such as? Mo pointed to the waste reclamation system she'd sabotaged earlier. Such as turning your ship's plumbing into a propulsion system. The Vraxian's skin shifted through patterns that her translator couldn't keep up with, but she recognized scientific outrage when she saw it. That would be chaotic. Exactly, Mo grinned. Get me to your engine room, and bring the Coca-Cola formula, we might need it. What followed was perhaps the least dignified defense in Commonwealth military history. While the Narvok's vessel attached itself to the Vraxian ship and began methodically cutting through its hull, Mo orchestrated a counterattack that involved 1. Rerouting the waste reclamation system to create pressure buildup in specific chambers. 2. Using the Coca-Cola formula, specifically its acidic components, to catalyze a reaction with Vraxian biofuel. 3. Calibrating the ship's gravitational compensators to create targeted failure points. This cannot possibly work, the Vraxian elder protested as Mo rewired a control panel. That's the point, Mo explained. The Narvoks calculate every possibility, right? But they calculate based on rational actions. This isn't rational. What would you call it? Krill asked, dutifully holding tools as Mo requested them. I'd call it Tuesday, Mo replied. Or possibly a war crime, depending on which regulations you're reading. The ship's internal sensors showed the Narvoks boarding party sleek, silver humanoids moving with perfect, synchronized precision cutting through the last barrier to the central chamber. They're 3 minutes from breaking through, Krill reported. Perfect timing, Mo said, connecting the final circuit. Everyone to the escape pods. I'll trigger it manually. The Vraxian elder's skin flashed defiant patterns. This is our research vessel. We will not abandon it. Fine, Mo snapped, but at least get your people to safety. If this works, great. If not, you're going to need survivors to tell the Commonwealth what happened. After a tense standoff, the Vraxian ordered most of its crew to the escape pods, keeping only itself and 2 security officers behind with Mo and Krill. I'm staying too, Krill announced, standing straighter. Commonwealth protocol requires diplomatic presence during first contact with new species. This isn't first contact, Mo reminded him. This is first combat. Same paperwork, Krill said with unexpected humor. The Narvoks broke through the final barrier just as Mo finished her preparations. They moved as one entity, their silver bodies reflecting the emergency lights and hypnotic patterns. Captain Morgan Callahan, their synthesized voice addressed her. Your chaos factor has been calculated. Resistance is futile. Yeah? Mo stepped forward, disruptor in one hand, improvised detonator in the other. Calculate this. She fired at the lead Narvoks while simultaneously triggering her sabotage sequence. For one terrible moment, nothing happened. The Narvoks advanced, unaffected by her disruptor blast. Then, with a rumble that started deep within the ship, the Vraxian vessel began to transform. Chambers that were never meant to connect merged, waste material combined with engine coolant. The artificial gravity reversed, then fluctuated in random patterns. The Narvoks froze, their perfectly synchronized movements becoming jerky, confused. Their linked consciousness tried to calculate the pattern, predict the outcome, but there was no pattern to find. What is happening? Krill shouted over the cacophony of alarms and groaning metal. Organized chaos. Mo yelled back, bracing herself against a bulkhead. The ship is basically having a temper tantrum. The Narvoks began retreating, their collective consciousness apparently unable to process the deliberate irrationality of Mo's defense. Several of them simply shut down, overloaded by contradictory data. The Vraxian elder watched in what Mo interpreted as awe. You have weaponized inefficiency. It's a human specialty, Mo replied as the ship gave one final shudder before stabilizing. And if I'm not mistaken, your ship just learned a new trick. The bioluminescent walls pulsed in patterns that seemed almost playful. The Vraxian vessel, designed for perfect order, had been introduced to creative problem-solving. And apparently it liked it. 3 days later, Mo found herself back in General Davis's office, but this time wearing a fresh uniform and sporting a bandage over one eyebrow, a souvenir from when the artificial gravity had briefly decided down was sideways. Let me get this straight, Davis said, reviewing her report. You reprogrammed a sentient alien vessel to develop a sense of humor, caused the retreat of an unknown hostile species using fizzy drink concentrate, and negotiated Earth's first direct military alliance with the Vraxians?
Don't forget traumatizing their entire research division, Mo added. That should be in paragraph 6.
Davis set down the tablet with a sigh that contained equal parts exasperation and admiration. The Commonwealth Council is calling it unprecedented diplomatic innovation. Really? Because I'd call it making stuff up while trying not to die. Same thing in politics. Davis leaned back. The Vraxians have requested you return as a consultant on their defense systems. They want to incorporate what they're calling controlled unpredictability protocols. Mo blinked. They want me to teach them how to be random? Ironic, isn't it? Davis smiled. The most disciplined species in the Commonwealth requesting lessons in chaos from the least disciplined officer in Earth's military. I resent that, Mo said without heat. I'm disciplined. I just choose when to apply it. Which is exactly what makes you valuable. Davis pushed a document across the desk. Your new assignment. Special liaison to the Vraxian Defense Ministry. Mo didn't take it. What about my vacation? Ah. Davis had the decency to look slightly guilty about that. The Vraxians have offered to host you at their premier relaxation facility on Talaxis Prime as part of the cultural exchange. A vacation resort? Mo asked suspiciously. More or less. They've been studying human leisure activities. Mo could already imagine the horror. Mathematically perfect beach chairs arranged at precise intervals. Recreational activities scheduled to the nanosecond. Relaxation monitored and quantified. Do they have real pina coladas? She asked finally. They're working on synthesizing the formula as we speak. Mo sighed and took the assignment. Fine. But I want it on record that this isn't a vacation, it's a tactical deployment of Earth's chaos assets. Davis nodded solemnly. So noted, Captain. As Mo left the office, she found Krill waiting in the corridor, now sporting a Commonwealth Commendation badge. Captain Callahan, I've been assigned as your permanent liaison. The purple alien practically bounced with excitement. The Commonwealth believes our partnership exemplifies the ideal balance of order and chaos. Great, Mo muttered. Just what I need, a galactic babysitter. I prefer chaos management specialist, Krill said with unexpected humor. I've been studying human idioms. Did you know your species has 47 different expressions for things exploding? Despite herself, Mo smiled. And you'll probably hear all of them if you stick with me. As they walked toward the shuttle bay, Mo reflected that perhaps this was humanity's true contribution to the galaxy, not technology or art or even Coca-Cola, but the simple and powerful reminder that sometimes the best solution was the one nobody saw coming, including yourself. The galaxy was full of species that had spent millennia perfecting order. What they needed now was a little creative disruption. And Earth, it seemed, was open for business. After all, nobody did chaos quite like humans.